Okay. Might have got there.
Why don't you begin by saying your name, and then how long you've been homeless.
Okay, I'm Valerie Clevenger, Miss Valerie, and I've been homeless for 17 years.
What's it like being homeless?
At first it was downright scary because I didn't know a thing about it. But then I've been here in Tucson homeless for 10 years, and it started out slow, you know, kind of getting into it, and then it has its moments.
Why are you homeless?
Well, I got with a gentleman about 17 years ago, and he's the one that introduced me to being homeless, and it continued. And he passed away a year ago, but...
And before he did, what happened?
What do you mean?
As far as the needle.
Oh, yeah, well, he was very violent, and I got black eyes. I've had a hatchet in my head. Yeah, when he got mad, he got really violent. And I didn't go to the hospital because I was afraid to. So I God healed me basically. But he got mad at me one time and he found a dirty needle. And I got home off the corner and he attacked me and stabbed me with it. And I got Hep C. I found this out after he passed away.
Hepatitis.
Yes, and so it's on my liver. And Dr. McIntyre, she has so much faith in me that she is going to treat me for it. She says my liver is all right now, but I had to quit drinking.
How's that going?
It's rough. That's why I've gone to NA beer, is because, you know, it tries to calm me down.
Okay. And what role did alcohol play in your becoming homeless? Alcohol?
Well, it played a big role because at the beginning of it, that's all that pretty much we were living for, was the alcohol. You know, making the money to get alcohol. And then you just don't care anymore, you know. Now,
what's it like when you're standing out on the corner, the good and the bad?
Well, most of the people are really nice to me. You know, I make them smile, they make me smile, we have a good time out there, you know. But there are the bad ones. One time I got a Gatorade bottle full of urine. It wasn't Gatorade. I've gotten a hamburger that was full of glass. It wasn't a hamburger. I've been spit on. I've had full beers thrown at me. That's what you really want. So, and with the officers, you know, some of them don't take kindly to homeless, so they put us all in one group. They think we're druggies, drunks, bad people, you know, thieves and whatnot. And so they put us all in one category, not taking us as individuals. And so, get harassed by them.
I'm going to let this go over.
Okay.
We have a plane going over right now. You live in what you call?
The military crash zone. Yeah, we have planes going over all the time, all day, and sometimes through the night. And yeah, sometimes they'll tip their wings and wave because I'll wave at them, so they'll wave back at me. I love my military, I do. They let me, with the military families, they let me give candy to their kids. You know, they trust me. You know, and it's a bond that we've built, you know, between us the 10 years I've been out there. You know?
A lot of people do know you.
Yes. Yes, they do. And I know them by face. It's nice. It's, you know, I go to the store and, hey, Miss Valerie, how you doing? Are you okay? You know, how's life treating you? You know, I ask them the same questions. You know, they share with me, I'm pregnant, I want to have a baby. And I'm like, right on, you know, it's great. You know, we just share things. Yeah.
When people don't like the homeless and they don't want to give to you, a lot of times they'll bring up, you're just going to use the money for alcohol or drugs.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
How do you respond to that?
I don't. I say, if they give me money and say, don't do that, I say, I don't anyway, but thank you. You know, the people that are like that, when they just assume, I just say, you have a nice day, or have a smiley day, is my saying.
What's the worst thing that's ever been said to you?
I don't know about the worst. I know the worst thing that was ever done to me is there's some perverts out there, and they'll pull up, like when I was selling papers, they'd pull up and they'd have their thing out, and they're like, I'll give you 20 bucks. Oh, no joke. No joke. And it's like, you know, I don't know what they're thinking, but, or driving by and doing that number, you know, with the hand, you know.
I'm going to ask you that again. Since we've got the military plane, a military plane is flying over right now.
Yes.
What do you call this place?
The military crash zone.
What's it like?
Sometimes it's noisy, but I've gotten used to it. I like hearing the planes and watching them fly. Got one guy that goes up there, I call him a hot shot, because he'll do kind of loops, and he'll go way up and way down and right over the buildings over here, and you know.
And they're pretty close when they do their exercises, aren't they?
Oh, yes, they are. The fence line's just right. How far would...
100 yards?
Possibly, yeah. And so when they do the big kabooms and stuff like that, the whole ground shakes. It takes you off guard.
What do you hope? I mean, here you are. We were talking the other day about, you know, you don't seem to mind the conditions in which you live too much.
No, I've actually upgraded in a way, because I went from a tent to hand-built hooches. Now we've got a little RV, so I'm inside, you know, and I'm with the critters still, which I like being around my critters, including the little ground squirrels and, you know, the little field mice out, or rats out here and whatnot. So.
And so people who say get a job or go somewhere and don't live off of other people's donations,
right.
How do you respond to that?
Well, I've had jobs and whatnot, but sometimes I'll explain to them, you know, I've got PTSD. I can't handle a job because of stress, and I can't handle being ordered around. You know, I've been through a lot, and so it's affected me. So, you know, most of the time I just say have a smiley day. I don't cuss people, I don't, you know, I'm not like that. And I hope that they have a better life, you know. Like I say, once again, they're just categorizing me. They don't know me, obviously, otherwise they wouldn't say that, you know.
Is it correct to say you're happy in the situation you have now?
Yeah, except for like I told you, I'd rather be on my corner from 7 to 5. I used to be out there in the wind, the rain, it didn't matter. I was out there because the troops, they don't have a choice. And I want to uplift them, you know, I want to make them know that they, you know, we appreciate what they do. I do, you know. So, but for the most part, yes, I'm happy.
When you look in the future, what's your future?
Well, hopefully, with my book, I hope to reach out and touch a lot of people. People have told me it's inspiring, that it's uplifting. Some have told me it made them cry, but it was in a good way. So hopefully I can reach out to more people with my heart.
Okay. Can you remember a poem, or should we get your book for you to use?
Oh, I know one of my poems.
Okay, I'd like to hear it.
If you've got a heavy load and your nights are getting cold, got no hand to hold, lean on God. Just remember what you pray, 'cause He hears every word you say. He won't throw your love away, lean on God.
Okay, I'm going to have you say that again, because the dog was making a little bit of noise.
Oh, okay.
Okay, just take your time.
All right. If you've got a heavy load and your nights are getting cold, you got no hand to hold, lean on God. Just remember what you pray, for He hears every word you say. He won't take His love away, lean on God.
Is that what you do?
Yes. Yeah, oh yes, if it wasn't for God, I would not be here. There's no way. No way.
What would you like to tell people about the homeless in general?
About the homeless in general?
Just, you know, for those who look down upon you.
Well, there's the good ones and the bad ones, just like in society. And For some of them, you got to feel for them because, you know, they're lost. They don't know. But then there's the bad ones, you know, they're the thieves and the, you know, drug users and whatnot. And you just, that's a tough question, really. Because like I said, in our world, it's no different than with society. We have the good, the bad, and the ugly. So.
And I guess part of the problem is a lot of people don't know when you're standing at the corner which one of those groups you belong to.
Some of them don't, yes. And so some of them just assume, they judge. But then the ones that do know me, they know I don't mean no harm to nobody. I wouldn't hurt a fly. I just think that there's not enough smiles in this world because everybody's so wrapped up with stress and life. They forget how to smile. You should see the adults. I give them a piece of candy and they giggle just like a kid. Well, thank you, Miss Valerie, and they laugh, and it's just neat to do that because it is.
Anything else you want to say?
Just I'm still smiling for our troops in my heart, and when I can out there, I do.